welcome to everybody. Here we are in our weekly musical meeting, and today we're going to talk about Simcha, about being happy. I didn't turn on original sound. Oh no, here it is. I hope I was good enough quality, but I hope it's going to be even better now. Okay, so let's start with a happy niggun. Since we started with Mishi Nichnas Adar in the Hebrew speakers, let's do Vayi Bimei Achashverosh. In Lubavitch, they sing this special niggun, very deep words. ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, המולך מהודו ועד כוש, 27 ומאה מדינה. In the times of Achashverosh, he was ruling over 127. What's that to sing and dance? Isn't that strange? They're singing about this first pasuk of the Megillah as if it's such a happy song. ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, עמו הולך מהודו ועד כוש, עמו הולך מהודו ועד כוש. 27 המדינה, ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, ויהי בימי אחשוורוש, הוא אחשוורוש, עמו הולך מהודו ועד כוש, עמו הולך מהודו ועד כוש. 27 המדינה, 27 המדינה. They can sing and dance it in 770 for hours. What's so special about these words? Did you ever think about it? There's nothing special about them, huh? Except for one little detail. That in Megillat Esther, the king is never, Hashem is never mentioned. But whenever they mention the king that is ruling, they're talking about Hashem. So when they say, Vayi bimei Achashverosh, the king ruling over everything, that's Hashem ruling from the whole world, all around the world. They feel the Hashgacha Pratit. They're so happy. So that's what we started with. Let's go to Ashreinu. Ashreinu, Ashreinu, מה טוב חלקנו, ומנעים, ומנעים, ומנעים גורלנו. אשרינו, אשרינו, מה טוב חלקנו, ומנעים, ומנעים, נעים גורלנו. ומה יפה, ומה יפה, ומה יפה ירושתנו. ומה יפה, ומה יפה, ומה יפה ירושתנו. אשרינו מה טוב חלקנו, ומה נעים גורלנו. אשרינו מה טוב חלקנו, ומה נעים גורלנו. ומה יפה, ומה יפה, ומה יפה ירושתנו. ומה יפה, ומה יפה, ומה יפה ירושתנו. So this Ashreinu, which I don't remember his number in Sefer Nigunim, eventually we'll get to it, because I want to do with you the happy Nigunim and Sefer Nigunim going according to order, one after the other. So eventually we'll get to this one also, and we'll find out which one it is. But I want to bring it as a sample of a happy tune. The words are happy, and the niggun is happy. What makes a niggun happy? Does it have to be fast? Does it have to be jumpy? Just what makes a niggun to be happy? There are niggunim that are slow, and they're still very happy. There's another niggun on the same words, by Rabbi Aaron Charitono, but it's a slow niggun. It's pouring the heart out. When we learn about the 10 languages of song, that there's, according to the 10 Sfirot, there's 10 languages of song also. Each language song has its own style. I don't know the exact style for all of them, but some of them I do know what Rabbi Ginzburg taught. One of them is the one for Keter. Keter, the crown, is Ashrei. Ashrei in the crown is somebody who's so happy. Me'ushar in Hebrew. Ashrei is from Me'ushar. And if he's so happy, he just feels so good with himself. Everything is right. I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation, right? Vayi bimei Achashverosh, looking down on all the 127 countries. But Ashrei doesn't have to be fast like this. It can be also like Rabbi Aaron Charitonov's. I apologize, I don't remember which number, but we'll get to it eventually. חלקנו, ומה נעים גורלנו, ומה יפה, ומה יפה, יפה ירושלנו. So this niggun, it does pick up some sweet peat if you want, but still it's wide, it's happy, has big jumps. Now, what makes a niggun happy? One of the things that makes a niggun happy is, like we said, big jumps. If it's ashrei, it can be fast. You know that if a niggun doesn't have a happy melody, you can play it as fast as you want. It won't turn to be happy. You add drums, you'll make noise, you make smoke, lights, colors. You know, you come back from a chasana and says, wow, it was so happy in the chasana. They played this song, wait a minute, how did it go? Well, chicka-chum, 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 and no, how did it go? Chicka-chum, put the drums on, like that. No, there was flashes and the lights, but you don't remember. There was no melody, there was no song, there was just rhythm and noise, and people think it's happy, but it doesn't make you happy if it's not happy. I had times that I had for bringing with women, I had only my recorder, it was a room full of women, I played with the recorder and they were dancing. They were so happy because the niggun was happy. So a happy niggun will make them dance, but if a niggun is not happy, it won't happen. Let's do something from here and then we'll do more talking. I don't want to talk too much. Let's start Sefer Nigunim. The niggunei simcha, even though there's nigunim for hitva'adut that are also happy, are fast also, but maybe we'll do them later because there's like at least 60 nigunim of simcha in the two books of Sefer Nigunim, and we won't have enough time. There's only one Adar this year, so let's do some of them. He brings here nigun Ashreichem Yisrael. We're talking about Ashrei. It's more of niggun for Simchas Torah or like Ba'omer, but why is it here? I don't know. Exactly, because I remember it from Simchas Torah. I think they took this happy niggun and they put the words on it for Simchas Torah, and we know it with the words from Simchas Torah, which they changed the melody a little bit. Kuf Lametet, let's check it out. Kuf Lametet. Today I'm working with the book and with you. Kuf Lametet. Yeah, they say the Simchat Torah after reading the Kriyat Torah. Okay. Ashrechem Israel, Ashrechem, Ashrechem, Ashrechem Israel. Okay. Let's do the next one. Kuf Mem, 140. 140 in Sefer Nigunim. Anybody else has the Sefer Nigunim except for Dina? I know Dina has. Other people, it doesn't really matter so much, but let's have them numbers.
I have.
Who has?
Karen.
Wonderful. That's why you asked for the numbers. Great.
Yes, that's why I asked.
Wonderful. Okay, so let's go. Part of it was for you, but part of it we did it some other year when we had two other. We just went through happy nigunim. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. We'll go with you. Let's just learn some of them but I want to talk about building a sentence in music because Mishpatim in Hebrew, you know Mishpatim, Parashat Mishpatim. Mishpat in Hebrew can be a judgment, but it can also be a sentence. And the Mishpatim probably have a connection between the two words in Hebrew, why both of them are Mishpat. You can judge how well the niggun goes if it has the sentences built right. Okay, now we made a connection. How is a sentence of music built? What makes a music sentence make sense and make us happy? And how does the music talk to us? Because, you know, they say in Yiddish, they say, Zog a niggun. Say a niggun, because the niggun talks. If I would give you a lecture with many interesting, special words, but I would sit here and say all the words one after the other with the same, no emphasis. How long would you last? 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? If you're very loyal to me, you know that it must be very interesting. But when you say a sentence, 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 you can make so many different, you can dress it up so many ways. What makes the tam? The tam, the taste is the tam, hat'ama, where you put the emphasis, how you build it. How do you build a sentence? So we said, last week we mentioned that the Frierdiker Rebbe said that there's letters of deeds, there's letters of speech, there's letters of thought, and there's letters of music. So letters of music, okay, you think of something. But when you say a sentence of music, you think of where to put the emphasis. That's connected also with the way it's built in the Chumash, when you speak Hebrew, when you write the Sefer Torah, you don't have anything written in the Sefer Torah, just the letters and the tagim, the little decorations and the end of the letters. Not all the gets, there's esh gets. I remember which letters. Some letters have them, and not every time. You make they have a lot of, Rabbi Akiva used to say there's a lot of secrets in that. But the letters themselves, there's a whole book by Rabbi Yitzchak Ginzburg, very fat book about each letter, the way it looks, the way it sounds, the name, the numerical. Every letter has secrets. But the letters by themselves don't have any life. When you put the nikud, in Hebrew you have the dots underneath and above and inside, In English you have the vowels. So the letters are giving it the direction that the consonants are going. So the vowels are giving it the movement. In Hebrew, you have the nikudot. So we have otiyot, we have nikudot. If it's a be, ba, bi, bu, right? Which way it goes, that's nikudot. But you don't have them written in the Sefer Torah. It's oral. And they start to make it alive. It turns to become alive. But still doesn't have the taste. The taste gives it the ta'am. Ta'amim in the Torah, when you read Ta'amei HaMikra, right? Mecha, Tipcha, Munach, they have names. They're written in the Chumash, but not in the Sefer Torah. The person reading has to learn them ahead of time by heart and has to remember how the pasuk is going. Now the Ta'amim give it the taste. Ta'am is a taste. The Ta'amim tell you which letter, which word in the sentence to put the most emphasis. Which letter, right? Okay. Like I gave you a sample before, where is the Ta'am? Where is the emphasis in the sentence? So the same as with music. You can take the same sentence of music and let's take a simple niggun. Which one will do? I don't want one of these happy ones because I want to make it slower. Let's do to 141. Let's skip 140, we'll go back to it. 141. The niggun from Rabbi Asher Nikolaev, okay, because it's a little slower. So that was the niggun as is. Let's take one sentence here. If you noticed, I did the first part very long. It's a very long sentence. Because that's the way I felt, that it's very long. In my home, they used to sing this with Shalom Aleichem. How many emphasis did I put? It went up, it went down. First note was low, more than the second one. I can do the first one. I built it differently now. I put the first one was very important and the last one was important. Going down. Building up. I did this one most important. Going down. I'll do it different now. Each time I played it a little different. I don't know if you noticed, it was little differences, but each time I put the emphasis on somewhere else. So when you play, it's saying something. I try to say something, what I feel in that sentence. I'm trying to pass it on. I'm trying to say it. So the niggun is talking, because. Which one is more important? The first one, the last one, the middle one? I did it on purpose now different. The first one was more important, and then the last one. So I hope you could see through that the way you build a sentence gives it the expression, gives it life, and it says something. It's talking. The niggun is talking. You can always say something else, and don't have to agree with me. You might feel something else. You might want to say it differently, but say something. Don't play it as, one of the niggun I love to bring as example is it's mitzvah gadol ayot b'simcha. I don't feel like it's a happy niggun. I don't know why. It's one of those that I don't mind tormenting a little bit. I'll play it like a kid. add drums, add new loud speakers, and it doesn't turn out to be happier. But because I try to play with no expression. I try to do it like devoid of expression. Let's do it now with expression. A little different. Has some more happiness to it. This niggun has another trick, something that helps it to become happier. It's called syncopation. What's syncopation? Syncopation, I think in English also use it as a medical term. Syncopa, when the heartbeat doesn't go according to order, and it's something, I don't remember how it's called in the Latin. When the heart is not going according to the beat. So in syncopation, as where you skip the beat. Suddenly the beat skips. So it gives you a feeling of skipping. It's like the dancer that is doing a pirouette, and she wants to stay in the air. She doesn't want to come down because you want to try and fight the how do you call it? What makes you fall down? Gravity. Gravity, yeah. It's trying to fight gravity. So syncopation is fighting gravity. How's it fighting gravity? Because the music, we said it has a rhythm. We said it has letters, and then we have words, and then we have sentences. In music, you also have bars, tivot. They have bars. The bars are just for your sight and just for the mathematics that's behind the music. It doesn't really exist. The only reason why it's there, the bars, is because the rhythm has a cycle. It comes back in how many beats? Comes back another heavy beat. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. It could be 4. It could be 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It could be 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
4 is a waltz, no?
3 is a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a waltz. It's more round. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's more dancing. So when comes the next heavy beat? So most songs are in 4. 4 fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It has 2 heavy beats. The first one is heavier than the 3. 1 and 3. 1 and a 3. And a 1 and a 3. Now syncopation, what it happens, and the 1, you skip a beat, either the first one or the third one, and you make the second one ti tam tam ti tam. You can make the second one, so it's like it feels lopsided, and what happens there? The feeling is that you're fighting gravity. Mitzvah. It's a niggun that was before Mitzvah Gadol Aliyot B'Simcha. I have to try and find it. It's not a Chabad niggun. So many times the syncopation helps you feel very happy. The niggun 142 is one of those. Let's do that one first, and then we'll go back to 140 that we skipped. It's called Niggun of Rabbi Tuvia of Belkin, and they say that they sang it sometime, and the Rebbe, I don't know which Rebbe, they said the Rebbe Shlita, it might have been the Friedrich Rebbe, if it's written in Sefer Nigunim, it might have been the Friedrich Rebbe. They sang it with hop hop in some Farbringen, with a lot of jumping kanirei, and the Rebbe said it's Tohu, it's a song of, Tohu. What's the song of Tohu? The Rebbe said that there should be Orot B'Tohu B'Kalim B'Tikun. The lights of Tohu are lights that are so big they don't fit in this world. They're so big they're above our understanding. So if a song of Tohu, which means you feel in it something that is higher, Tohodik, because it was like they were a little playful. They were singing with in Tafshin in Lakewood. They sang it with Hu-Ha in the last day of Pesach, and the Rebbe said that's Tohudik. When was the Rebbe in Lakewood? Okay, no, Lakewood is America, right? So I don't know. Rebbe was there, kanere. So maybe it's the Frierdiker Rebbe. Now, which reminds me of another niggun that we'll do out of the order, but let's do this. So that's the Ruv Good of Rabbi Tuvia Belkin. I guess he was a chassid that was singing it. Let's go back to 140 that we skipped. It's also very fast, and it has a lot of intricacies of flat and sharp and natural. It's playful. So for begin again. Sounds a little Romanian. It says niggun of Rabbi Moshe Mitshebin. Okay. I want to do another niggun that I remembered when I talk about niggun of Tohu. It's a niggun from Kublitz. It's not in the Sefer Nigunim. It's going to be in the third part that didn't come out yet. It's written in Rabbi Eliyahu Rivkin's book, because his father was from Kublitz, from Kublitz. So this niggun is called Ruma Puma, and it's talking about being happy. They were happy Hasidim. Bichlal, in general, the Tanya is talking so much, the Hasidut is talking so much against being sad, that you have to be happy. And being happy gives you a possibility to serve Hashem the right way. And not to think of yourself so much, to think about Hashem in the world and doing good for other people and for Hashem in the world. So in Kublitz there were happy Hasidim, and this niggun, they used to put words on it called, they would sing Ruma Puma, which don't mean anything. They just, the Rabbi Yitzchak explained that it's talking about something about Tam V'dat. If he talks about Simcha in Sukkot, if you remember, we said that on Sukkot, when you put on the altar, instead of wine, you pour the water, not just the wine, you pour water. Water is above Tam V'dat. Wine is according to your understanding. And it's restricted because it has to make logic. But if you go Shtut Kedusha, you just want to jump above understanding, you get higher than that. That's like water instead of wine. So Ruma Puma is like calling out from happiness without. It's good. It's good to open up. If your heart is blocked, if your road is blocked, it's good for neget kakim. That's what Rabbi Yitzchak said about it. I had a story with this niggun. I remember once we used to go to Kever Rachel every week. A bunch of ladies from Bat Ayin, and used to have a armored truck to take us to Beit Lechem. And still, sometimes they wouldn't let people in, and we had to wait outside for a long time. We didn't even know if they were going to let us in or not. So one of the times it was winter, and we were sitting in this van, and we waited with the bus, and we're waiting to try and go in, and we're just waiting, and maybe we'll just have to daven outside because they wanted us in. And then my phone rings, and I had a cell phone already by then. And on the line is the secretary from Rabbi Yitzchak, and they asked me something about a niggun, and I don't remember if it was Yitzchak himself or just the secretary. And when I closed the phone, I said, "Hey, Ruma Puma." The Rav said, "Ruma Puma is good in order to open up something that's blocked. It's good to open up." So I took my recorder out. I always had my recorder with me. I used to sing and dance there also. And I take my recorder, I played Ruma Puma. In 5 minutes, we were in. Amazing. This tune is happy. Doesn't matter if I play a song. I don't think it's going to turn to be sad. Well, the party was over. He's a little sad the party was, but he still remembers the party. He's still happy. So that's Ruma Puma. So I remember that one. That's where we went out of order here, but it's okay. Above Tam V'dat and being the Simcha. Simcha pores gader. If we talk about Mishpatim, Mishpat, we said it's judgment. Being happy can nullify the judgment, can get you out of the mud and get you happy. They say when somebody falls down, you know what happens when somebody slips down the road, the street, and lies flat? What happens the first thing? People laugh. Do you ever think why people laugh? That's not nice. Somebody just fell. Why do you laugh? It's an instinct, built-in instinct, because when you laugh, you're nullifying the dinim, you're nullifying the judgment. If there was a judgment on this person when he fell and you make it funny, you turn it into a funny incident, you're breaking the dinim. So the pasuk says, "Binfol oyivcha al tismach." When your enemy falls down, don't be happy. And if he stumbles, don't feel gladness in your heart. Because I don't remember how to go, but Hashem will watch from heaven and Shav Rafalo, and he's going to heal him. Because if you laugh when your enemy falls, you might nullify the judgment on him. So don't laugh. When your friend falls, do laugh. So there's a story about the Middle Rebbe. We told it for his birthday. Let's tell it again now. He had a choir and an orchestra. You remember the story? And he used, for special occasions, he used to call the orchestra and the choir, and he had even horses that were making rounds in his court. And the horses were merrymaking. And one of the riders, horse riders, that were doing all the tricks in the courtyard, was his son, the Middle Rebbe's son, called Rabbi Nachum. And one day, out of the blue, there was no special occasion, the Chassid didn't know why, the Rebbe said, please call the choir and the orchestra, make them make a show in our yard, and please, the horse riders also, everybody come in. I didn't know why, so they started to make happy. And in the middle of the orchestra playing and the riders going around, a messenger comes and said, Rebbe, your son fell off the horse. So Rebbe says, play even happier. And after a few minutes, somebody comes, Rebbe, he broke his leg, we don't know what's going to be, it's dangerous. And Rebbe says, even happier, make it faster, happier. And after a while, somebody comes and says, everything is okay, it's just something small, he's going to heal in a few days, weeks, I don't know, nothing special. And nothing terrible happened. So they asked the Rebbe afterwards, what happened? Why did you call the orchestra in the middle of the week? And why, your son fell off the horse because of it? I says, no, it's the other way around. There was the bad judgment on my son. I saw there was a kitrug on my son. And in order to nullify the judgment, I called you to make happy. And we fell down and decided you have to be even happier. And that's how it ended. So, Simcha poretz gader, Simcha breaks the dinim. And let's do another happy niggun here. This niggun you know, the number 143, everybody knows it, niggun Dubrovne. I'm going to play it the way it's written here. We turned the page in the middle, but you know this. This is, of course, the famous niggun of Ufaratzta. So why does it have the words here? Because it was not Ufaratzta, it was niggun from Dubrovna. Dubrovna is one of the towns of Hasidim. So how did it happen to become Ufaratzta? Before they were singing Ufaratzta with this, the Rebbe was talking a lot about Ufaratzta one of the years, I don't remember which year. And it's nothing about Memim, 1980 something. I don't remember which year. They used to sing Ufaratz like this. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Baken, Mabzafan Nabanegba. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Baken, Mabzafan Nabanegba. Ufaratza, Yama Baken, Mabzafan Nabanegba. syncopation. The syncopation. So they used to sing it with that. So it's okay, but doesn't fit that well. And then Rabbi Yosef Marton from Eretz Israel, he was a chassid, he was a musician, he played violin, he used to be with the choir of Chabad, choir of Lubavitch, and he used to go around and give concerts about Chabad nigunim. So he thought of this niggun for Ufaratza, and he sent it to America. I don't think he came himself. I think he sent the niggun with somebody that went there and suggested it to the Rabbi. I think the Rabbi also was into the consideration. Said, amazing, whoever put it together with the words was so talented because it fits so nicely. So let's do Ufaratza now with it. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, Yama Bakema. Ufaratza, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, Yama Bakema. Ufaratza, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, Yama Bakema. Ufaratza, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, Yama Bakema. Ufaratza, Safana Banegba. Ufaratza, 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 Yama Banegba. Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Yama Bakema, Safana Banegba. Bakema, Safana Banegba. Okay, let's do Brovna niggun. And the next one, I don't know, I'm not going to play it now. Kuf Mem Daled, 144. I have to check it out and try and figure out. It's a slow one. It says Largo. Largo is very, very slow. Niggun from Nikolaev. It's probably one of like the Valachim, whatever. It's wide, it's happy, but it's not fast. We're going to have a panke soon, also like that. Let's do the Dukshitzer niggun. 145. The next one. Dukshitz was a town with a happy Hasidim from a very old age. Happy, niggun from Dukshitz. Next one is a panke, 146. Again, it says largo, very slow. A panke is a niggun in a style that is like very majestic. It's very wide. It's happy, but it's slow. 146. Let's see if it says anything. I understand that the word panke comes from pane, which is a master. In Russian and Polish, 146. Feeling a wide, panke is It's like a master, I think, that comes for that. So this one is a known one. I think there's a mistake here in the Sefer Nigunim. It says 3 flats. I think it has to be 4 flats. It's in the F minor, not in C minor, because the whole nigun goes on the F minor. Actually, I do think I know the next panke also. Let's try and do it also, the next panke. It starts slow and then it goes to fast. Today there's so many nigunim, or songs, Hasidic songs that start slow and go fast. It's a fashion. But it used to be a fashion for many generations. Goes back. Let's go to the beginning. We have time for more. Let's do the next one. 148. I think we mentioned this in the week we talked about Atzmi, that it repeats the same note over and over and over again. By the way, we said when a niggun is happy, if a person puts in the niggun what he feels, if he was happy when he wrote it, probably the happiness is going to come out in the niggun. Like we mentioned last week, Anochi, the essence of the person that wrote the niggun is inside the niggun. So even though they're happy and fast niggunim, and they're not very deep, but still, you can feel that the chassid was happy, whoever wrote it. Did you know this one? Not very known, but happy one. Let's do 149. Ready for more? This one is a very well-known niggun. They sing it in Breslov also, and also in Chabad. There's another song in Breslov that's a little like it, but they mix between them. Shabbat Kodesh, or Sabbeinu Mituvecha. This one's Sabbeinu Mituvecha v'samach nafshenu v'yeshuvatecha v'taher imenu v'taher imenu. It's a little different. V'taher imenu rabbecha be'emet So it's not the same niggun, but it starts the same. Should we do 150? We should start from 150 next time. This niggun, I think, was written by Shalom Potolsky. I read something when I was a girl. They used to say Yom Tov Lanu Chag Sameach It's the same niggun. I think it was written by somebody named Shalom Potolsky. He was in Russia or Poland. I don't remember where he was. And Russian. I guess it was Russian. But here it says a Chabad niggun. So I don't know who took it from who. He took it from the Chabad or Chabad took it from him. This wasn't the kids' song, this third part. Let's give you another how do you call it? Extra. I'm going to go to a slow niggun, a very slow niggun, that in our generation it turned into a very happy, fast one. Do you know which song I'm talking about? Do you guess which one I'm talking about? Where is it? It's supposed to be here. It's not here. All right, it's not Tzemach Tzedek himself, it's the Talmidim of the Tzemach Tzedek. It's niggun 42, number 42. It's a niggun of the pupils of the Tzemach Tzedek, the Hasidim of the Tzemach Tzedek. It says here, largo. Largo is very, very slow. I remember because the ending was a little bit like the one we just did. Finishes slowly. This very slow niggun that they found out in our generation and started singing very fast, and it's a very happy niggun. So either the mistake writing largo, because its character is fast. Now, because we're talking about sentences, pay attention. I'm going to play around with it a little bit. think we'll finish with this happy niggun. I'm going to go on next week with more nigunim of Simcha. Remind me that we got to 150, and we'll start from there on. And we're going to talk about the Mishkan, about building the Beit Midrash in our own heart. I promised you the interesting song about Mishkan Ivnei, the modern one and the ancient one from Rabbi of Strelisk. I want to repeat that one and bring you some Chabad nigunim there. Have a talk with it. It's very interesting. And yeah, the group that I'm in is they're putting out a newsletter about nigunim. If anybody wants, I can send you the link to get into that group. They're going to have a quiet group to get the every week they're going to have a publication. It's in Hebrew, so I don't know if it's interesting for you. But anyone wants, let me know, and you can join the maybe I put it in the Berov Shira V'Zimra. I'll put there the link. Anybody wants to join that group or get by mail, it's possible. And I'm part of that group, so he has samples. When he's talking, there could be all kinds of articles about music, niggun. Next week or the week after, they're going to have about Shalom Aleichem, and I'm going to have my playing it for them. And this week he has the special tefillot for Shabbat Shkalim, and the Chazan is singing and I'm accompanying with piano. So if you want to hear, there's going to be samples there also that you can link to go in. So it's interesting. Women's role in our world. So I'm saying goodbye and see you next week. And keep singing and keep playing.